Axioms of ancestral property, the religion of inheritance, on fire, tomb, primogeniture, and the theological foundation of property. The fire must not be extinguished, nor the tomb abandoned. Thou art the master, neither of property nor of thyself. Thou and thy estate belong to the ancestors and thy posterity. He who inherits is bound to make the offerings upon the tomb. Property begins not in labor, but in liturgy. To own is to maintain the flame. The field and the hearth are the same altar. The right of possession is the right to sacrifice. Every acre of ancient soil is sanctified by the dead who inhabit. The first economy was theology, the circulation of offerings between the living and the dead. Inheritance is not transfer, but continuation. Dominium continuatur. The heir does not acquire, he awakens the sleeping possession that has never ceased. The Son is the reincarnation of ownership, heir of himself. Death does not break the chain of property, it extends it into the invisible. The tomb is the first title deed. Worship descends through the Father's fire. Lineage is liturgical, not biological. The Son inherits because he alone can keep the flame of the ancestors. The daughter, entering another house, extinguishes the old flame and lights a new one. To inherit through the mother is to confound the fires, sacrilege against order. Thus religion invents patriarchy, theology precedes law. The daughter's exclusion is not injustice but metaphysics. She belongs to another god. The tomb cannot receive sacrifices from a hand consecrated to another's altar. To let a woman inherit is to sever the bond between worship and property. The father may endow his daughter, but he cannot immoralize her within his line. Woman transmits the blood, man preserves the fire. Law softens its theology through ritual subterfuge. The daughter must marry the heir. Marriage becomes metaphysical repair, the reunion of fire and property. If no son exists, the daughter gives birth to one. For her father, a grandson consecrated as son. Adoption, like sacrifice, substitutes body for body. Continuity demands incarnation. The child of substitution inherits both name and tomb, the blood corrected by belief. Kinship is not affection but participation in the same flame, the brother, not the sister, the father's brother, not the mother's. The chain of succession is a chain of sacred fire, unbroken by feminine intermediaries. To be kin is to share the same ancestor's smoke. To be alien is to burn another's incense. Religion defines relation. Law only codifies it. Adoption is initiation into another flame. Emancipation is apostasy. The adopted son inherits because he worships. The emancipated son is dead to his father's gods. To belong to two families is to worship two fires, an impossibility. The soul, like the altar, cannot be divided. The will is rebellion against the gods of the dead. To dispose of property is to claim autonomy from the ancestral cult, a blasphemy. Hence the earliest legislators forbade secrecy. The will must be spoken in daylight, under divine judgment. The tribunal of the dead, to change succession, was to legislate with the shades. Property belongs not to individuals but to the lineage, the eternal family beyond consent. The firstborn is not the favored child, but the appointed priest, begotten for the ancestors. He inherits the hymns, not the wealth. His brothers are the fruit of love. He is the fruit of duty. Primogeniture sanctifies inequality. It preserves the unity of the fire. To divide the state is to divide the worship, and so to annihilate it. Property is the temple of immortality. Ownership is a ritual of remembrance. To inherit is to serve. To possess is to continue prayer. The right of succession is the survival of the divine and the civic. Law itself was born from liturgy, not from contract. The modern mind calls this superstition. The ancient mind calls it truth. Ancestral economy, the politics and metaphysics of inheritance. From the hearth to the polis, from worship to capital, from tomb to nation. The fire of the hearth became the fire of the city. Every polis is a metropolis. He who cannot continue the worship cannot rule the city. The city is the enlargement of the hearth. Politics is extended kinship. The public altar is the generalization of the domestic flame. To build a city is to consecrate the continuity of the dead. The polis is the worship of the shared ancestry, the republic, the worship of shared ashes. Every constitution begins as liturgy. The laws of the living inherit the geometry of the tomb. A city is founded by death. Romulus kills Remus, Cain builds the first city. Fratricide is the right of the separation. The foundation requires a corpse. The civic wall is a funerary enclosure, exclusion as consecration. The name of the city is carved in the body of the victim. Politics begins as the administration of sacrifice. When belief weakens, ritual becomes rule. Law is petrified worship. Property is faith turned stone. The magistrate replaces the priest, but the gesture remains the same. An offering to the dead made legal. The civil code is the theology of extinct fire. The republic inherits the divine order of the household.